State of Texas School Choice Emergency Item wins fast approval in Senate. Austin Nexstar, just days after Governor Greg Abbott laid out his priorities for lawmakers in his State of the State address, Senate lawmakers pushed through one of his top priorities. Abbott earmarks session priorities, calls on Texas leg to be guardians of freedom. Texas senators voted Wednesday evening to approve Senate Bill 2, the piece of legislation carrying an education savings accounts (ESA) program. The final vote was 19 for to 12 against, with all 11 Senate Democrats voting against the bill. Republican Senator Robert Nichols also voted no. Before the vote, State Senator Brandon Creighton, R. Conroe, the author of the bill, blasted opponents of the legislation. His impassioned speech on the Senate floor came after an hour of speeches by Senate Democrats, many raising concerns about the effect the bill could have on public schools. This bill does not jeopardize public schools. In fact, the data shows that public schools have done better in other states that have expanded school coic, Creighton said. Creighton argued that students are trapped in inadequate public education environments because of their zip code, and cited a recent poll that shows 67% of Texans support education savings accounts. He also noted that the bill's funding does not come from public school funding, a key point of contention in the debate, but from budget surplus. Creighton outlined the bill's potential impact on 100,000 students across the state. He highlighted that 80% of positions in the program are reserved for income-vulnerable students and students with disabilities, while the remaining 20% are allocated by lottery to all other students. Budget proposals from both the Senate and House call for allocating $1 billion to education savings accounts. The ESA program would provide $10,000 a year to a student who attends an accredited private school in Texas. It would also provide $11,500 for students with disabilities and $2,000 for students who are homeschooled. Although a momentous step for the legislation, it is not the first time we have seen this. Prior attempts to pass an ESA program came up short in the House of Representatives. Senator Royce West, D. Dallas, questioned Creighton on the Senate floor about whether school choice will effectively prioritize students in disadvantaged schools or zip codes. He argued that a majority of private school students are white, and that the state must make sure that this program does not use state money to fund segregated schools. Creighton referenced national data from other school choice programs that show similar programs raised the percentage of minority students in private schools. Nathan Kaneen, the Texas State Director of the American Federation for Children, an organization that advocates for school choice, shared the national data with Nexstar.